Did you know that it takes me days, a week to make a 10-minute video? And one of the reasons for that is that I'm a new YouTuber. The other reason is I have ADHD and other neurodivergent factors. And I'm also a full-time traveler. So I don't have a studio I can just like walk into and sit down and start recording. Someone who only has 2 of those 3 challenges might have a better chance of making this work. Maybe I'm setting myself too high a challenge. Like maybe this is too much to take on. Okay, the sun's come out. I'm gonna have to put my sunglasses on because I just can't deal with bright lights. Some of the more specific challenges I've been having are around the construction of the video. I get really excited and jump ahead, I think, a few steps. Traditional advice is that you plan it out very carefully, and then when it comes to filming, it's a lot more straightforward. But I have had problems where I keep jumping ahead and I'll film something and it'll be very, very disjointed. And then it becomes a nightmare to edit. The other challenges I have is keeping everything charged up that needs to be charged up. So usually it's going to be some kind of microphone and my phone. I'm traveling by myself, so I don't want to carry lots of things that aren't going to get used all the times. I'm so far quite happy using my phone. The bigger challenge is my laptop. The hard drive keeps getting full. I might have to get an external hard drive, but that's weight I really don't want to carry. So I have autism and ADHD, and how that impacts me when filming is that certainly the autism, I have this fear of being perceived, so I don't want people watching me when I'm filming. So if I'm in public, I'm very, very aware of what's going on, or I'm distracted. So I was in the woods the other day trying to film, and anytime I heard like a twig snap or I thought I heard voices, from someone walking behind me maybe, it was really distracting. So I was like, this isn't going to work, because I actually thought that me being outside would make it easier to film. But in that exact scenario, it wasn't, because there was just too many distractions. Even like the wind kicking up becomes something that distracts me because I start to worry about the sound straight away. I have a real appreciation for what people are going through when they're trying to do like proper films as well. I often forget to check the mirror. So I'll film something and I'll discover later there was something in my teeth, or my hair looks weird, or my top's looking weird. I don't know. That's annoying, but I think when you have ADHD, there's a tendency towards being perfect, and I'm working really hard to overcome that, because nothing would ever get done if I was trying to be perfect all the time. Another challenge I have is with my speech patterns. I think that I speak mostly naturally when I'm in person, but if I'm speaking directly to a camera, it can feel a little bit odd. And so a lot of times there'll be dead air when I have to stop and pause and think about things, or I just zone out. Or my favorite is if I've forgotten something and I have to go look for it. Another thing with the equipment I use is I'm actually quite happy with the setup that I have. So like I said, I'm using my iPhone 13 Pro Max. I have a pretty basic tripod that's lightweight and collapses down into a small length, so it fits inside a bag easily. And I have... Hello. Soon. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's a good reminder. Okay. Cheers. Thank you. You too. Yeah, so one of the other challenges I had was when I have a really nice lav mic, and unfortunately a bit of it broke. So it's designed to fit inside my iPhone, and now I don't have that option. So I'm just using my Beats Flex right now for audio. I hope it's okay. I guess we'll find out later. I've been told to have just one project on the go at once, but it ends up being more like 3. I think it's creeping up. I think the most I have is maybe 5. The ideas come to me thick and fast. That's not a problem. I have 5 times as many ideas as I have capacity to produce content. So I think one of the lessons here is that I need to get more streamlined. I need to drop the perfection. I need to get rid of I need to do less fancy editing. Just sort of go quick and dirty. Like, I am a travel channel. I'm gonna be on location. I'm a full-time traveler. I house sit. There's no room right now for me to be trying to emulate the big massive channels. So how I've gotten here so far is I have been using YouTube itself as a teacher. I'm also a student of the Spicy Business Brains group that's from Yosemite Sam, who happens to have about 200,000 YouTube followers. So one of the reasons I was drawn to that business program is because I knew that I could learn a lot about YouTube from somebody who's been there. So I have been looking closely at the YouTube channels that teach you how to do YouTube. And obviously there are these mega channels, and there's also a lot of smaller channels that are, I suppose, marching side by side with us in some ways. I don't know if that's exactly the case. I think in a lot of cases this is a second channel for them. So they know a lot more about what they're doing. So the information I receive, I have to sort of filter it through the lens of, you know, this person is probably either being coached by someone else, or if their channel is really small, you have to think, well, how much can they really know? But I mean, so far so good. I think there's been some pretty solid advice out there. One of the main things I've learned is I need to rehearse more and get comfortable in front of the camera. There's another YouTuber who she published a video called, 4 ways to get comfortable speaking, and they're brilliant. So I'm gonna try all of them, and yeah, maybe I'll report back if I think one of them works for me. I need to simplify what I create, so trying not to, I'm definitely inspired by some of the larger travel channels, but their resources is a lot different to mine. Like I said, I'm one person, team of one. I have to do everything by myself, so the output's not going to be the same. I don't think it should be. This is just going to be a simplified version. I hope it still brings value. My goal is for the channel to grow. I'm realistic about what that growth might look like. Of course, I would love to get monetized. Like I said, I've been putting in 8-hour days almost every day for the last 2 months related to starting up my own business and becoming self-employed. And I'd say YouTube is probably at least 50% of that time. So it would be nice to be compensated for the amount of effort I've put in. In order to get there, I need to produce more content. So that means there will be some sacrifices. I'll be doing less fancy editing. It's going to be a lot more straightforward. Because I'm house sitting, it doesn't always feel comfortable recording in people's houses, or if you try to record outside, there would be other things like dogs barking or something like that. So I'm going to experiment with different locations. So I'm in a quiet village right now. There's only a few walkers and cars going past, but otherwise it seems to be okay. I've always been told perfection is the enemy of done, and so in this case I think it's absolutely applicable. Friends have asked me, like, how does it feel to be, your popularity is like basically publicly measured on YouTube, and that's a fair point. I'm not too worried about the rejection piece. So if you're neurodivergent, you might be familiar with the term rejection sensitivity dysphoria. And it does impact me, but I'm also at the same time, I'm not too worried about it. Like, I'm one of a billion, no, I don't know how many YouTube channels are there. Hopefully, because I'm putting the right effort in, I think I have the right attitude, that there will be positive rewards eventually. My channel has been growing steadily in terms of subscribers. At this point now, it's the watch time I'm worried about. If I am going to get monetized. In terms of followers, I'm almost halfway there. I have all these great ideas. Maybe they're not great, but I have to make content that people are going to watch. So I'm constantly thinking about what's the next video to publish, and I don't know if there's a right strategy here. I have thought about what my content pillars are. The 2 videos that have done really well have both been recommending products, and I don't want to be one of those channels that's just recommending crap for you to buy, even if it's really useful crap. If you have ideas of things you'd like, I would love to hear them. Please add them in the comments below. In the meantime, 2 things have bubbled up. One is around the idea of overwhelm during travel, so I'll be doing a series on that. I've already been thinking about what that might look like, focusing on various types of locations, but I'll be doing one for somebody that is curious about what it's like to manage your overwhelm during rail travel. So I'll do that also because it's something I've also experienced. If you're interested in those videos, you hit subscribe and choose all, you'll be notified when they come out. If you are a YouTuber and you have any practical solutions for any of these challenges I've raised, I'd love to hear them. The truth is, I actually really love it. I love it, and I've been enjoying the editing process and the idea of having my own YouTube channel, which is quite new, but I'm really enjoying it. So I am distracted. No shit. That's not my line. It's the fucking cars. Awesome. My goal is for the channel to grow. Actually, I was more comfortable with them on because then you weren't watching me. Don't look at me. Sorry, you can't look at me. They're not waiting for me, are they? Okay. Do you have any other questions for me? What was the second part of the question? What was the last part of the question? Roll. Wrap it up. Okay. Bye for now.